What's good, everybody? Happy Monday. Little behind today. The internet. Oh man, the upload speed for us here in the office is just not good, and they don't have any good answers for me. I keep having problems with it. So frustrated with it, so I'm not able to stream live. But we're going to record this. I'm going to get right to the point so we don't take too much of your time. Here's what we have. We have earnings galore, like more earnings than you know what to do with this week. 170 plus names coming out with earnings. Now, what I want you to remember is, as of right now, 82% of the names that have reported have come in better, if not much better, than what Wall Street expected. So when you hear things about Washington, Syria, Republicans, Democrats, whatever, I want you to keep in mind that the economy is killing it. Right now, the S&P is doing great. They're killing it. So all this weird nonsense news that shows up and knocks the markets down once and then pops it back up the next day has absolutely nothing to do with what's real and actually happening in the stock market. Let's go over to the charts today. We got the Dow was lower by 16. The S&P was flat. Didn't do a single thing. That makes perfect sense here. We had the financials trying to hold up the tech stocks. Tech stocks were your weak ones today. So with that, the Nasdaq finished down 17 on the day. A lot of that was due to the FANG names. So if we go around here, Facebook is the F in FANG. That was down, only a little bit there by the end of the day. Amazon was one of your leaders, down just over 0.5%. Netflix was down almost 3%. And Alphabet, they reported earnings. Let's see where they are. I think they're going to be up on earnings here. So Google closed down about 1/3%, currently trading up around 174. No, actually pretty much basically flat at the moment. That will change. So FANG stocks basically held the markets back down today. In the Dow, Goldman Sachs was your worst performer. There it is. Goldman Sachs selling off 2.1% back down to the 200-day moving average, holding back the banks. Some of the banks didn't do too bad today, but because of Goldman Sachs, it held down the sector. The 10-year treasury note hitting new lows, prices hitting new lows, yields hitting new highs. The 10-year note actually hit 3% for the first time since 2014. So what that does is that flattens out the yield curve a little bit more. It starts tightening up the spread between the 10 and the 30, and you know what I'm talking about, the 2, the 10, the 20, and a 5. Starts tightening up that spread, which flattens out the yield curve if you were to plot that on a graph. Many people think that signals a recession. I don't think that's going to be the case this time. I still think we have some work to do. We're in a transition period nonetheless, but if you have anything interest rate sensitive, those did see a spike today. So pretty interesting there if you follow that stuff. On the screen, you actually see the 10-year note. As for some individual stocks, we've got Merck. MRK finished the day up about 2.5%. That was the high. That was your leader in the Dow. If you follow that, it got a double upgrade from Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs almost never double upgrades, meaning skip a step and upgrading the stock essentially twice, all in one meeting there. They set it to conviction buy, their highest rating, and all of this was thanks to Keytruda. Keytruda is that drug that's based on lung cancer that Goldman Sachs actually said they think it will be a $16 billion asset by the end of 2025. Their new price target is 73, which is well beyond highs here. So a lot of Goldman Sachs is quite bullish on Merck there, the drug company. Other earnings in the news, we'll try to cover a few of these every day. I don't want to go through all of them. There's way too many. Alaska Airlines stock was up 5.7%. Revenue missed numbers, but their overall profit came in better than expected, so people excited about that. Hasbro, probably one of the more interesting earnings today. You could see here down to the right of the logo, the stock opened down by about 3% and then immediately was bought back up. It actually closed higher on the day by 4%. So Hasbro sort of making the midday comeback there. Halliburton was basically flat on the day. They announced earnings that were sort of mixed, not really that good or that bad, but it's still at the high end of this range. Very, very interesting. As for earnings, well, we just saw Alphabet came out with their earnings, and the stock, let's take another look. Where are they at? Actually starting to turn positive. So 1081 at the moment, which is positive for Google. Actually kind of volatile there. This week, you've got Facebook coming out with earnings. Well, you've got a lot of names coming out with earnings, but you've got Facebook, you've got Amazon, you've got 168 other names coming out with earnings, but those will definitely be in the headlines. I'm sure if we looked on financial media right now, Google would be, Alphabet, sorry, would be in the headlines. That's about it. I'm going to leave you with that. Just remember, Wall Street is beating expectations. So there will be some Washington news, more drama, more bickering back and forth. Just know that that is really just a lot of noise right now because Wall Street is doing really well on the earnings announcement. Thanks for being patient with me. I hope to be back tomorrow, if not sooner, with the live streams. We'll talk to you soon.